In today's video from Demystifying Proposals, we're going to talk about the white glove, how the last proposal review should be conducted. At your white glove, you should have a 100% complete document. This is what the final proposal will look like. You want to look at page count compliance, you want to look at widow orphan control, proper labeling, etc. The documents reviewed at this point are, of course, all volumes, including all appendices, and you want to hold your white glove at least 1 day prior to submission and following the final quality assurance and quality control review of the documents. The people associated with the white glove are the capture manager, the proposal manager, and usually the business lead. Most of the time, this is conducted as a live review. That is, you either bring people in person and walk through the documents, or you conduct it remotely, sharing the document live and in person. Changes should hopefully be minimal, and that will allow you to make the changes in real time. At the end of the white glove, you should end up with a final compliant copy of the proposal. The white glove review is conducted in real time. Ideally, the team will gather somewhere and you'll go through the documents together. If not, you can conduct it as a virtual meeting. But again, you want to share the white glove version of the proposal on a screen so everybody can see exactly what it looks like. Any comments must be only things that are actually wrong. No more changes just because it would make things better or to slightly improve the quality of something. It has to be something that's really wrong. The first thing you want to do is check the gold team changes, particularly if there was something that you decided not to do as the proposal manager, capture manager, and technical lead that the business lead may have asked for or been on the phone for at the gold team. You need to explain to them why you didn't do something like that. You may have explained it in a previous conversation, so you don't necessarily need to do it at the white glove, but make sure that everybody understands any decisions that were made at Gold Team as you're checking that the changes that you did implement for Gold Team were accepted. Then you want to check the layout, make sure that the format looks good, make sure that there aren't any widows or orphans, make sure that all the headings are on the same pages as the content that relates to them, that kind of thing. You want to check the numbering of the tables and the figures and the exhibits. So you want to check that your tables are numbered sequentially, if that's how you number your tables. If you number your tables based on sections or your figures based on sections, that within the section they're numbered sequentially. You want to make sure that there's a call out for each figure or table within the text, and that the caption for the tables and the figures are connected to the tables and figures, that they haven't floated away if you're using a text box. You want to check for compliance, and this is basically checking to make sure that the outline that you created at the beginning hasn't been changed. You should have been checking for this all along, so hopefully that's not so much of an issue. But you just want to make sure as a final check that the L and M and C references and the headings are all there. They all match what you expect them to be for all of the different sections, and that there's a general view that all of the things in each section are compliant with what the RFP instructions are asking for. Just as you did at Gold Team, you want to check for the file size, again, to make sure that none of the files are going to be too big for the submission. You want to make the changes as needed pretty much in real time so that you can double check as you make the changes so that nothing has gone haywire when you make a change, which is also part of the reason that you only make changes that are things that are wrong. So that if you add a sentence or you add something, that you're not going to bump it into another page, or you're not going to create issues with the layout or any of those kinds of things. So you just need to make sure that those final changes don't mess up all the things that you've just looked at from a layout, numbering, headings, all of those things, right? And then if there's something that requires a little bit more intervention, then you can put in a comment and then go back and clean up that comment later. But ideally, you would finish White Glove with a complete document. If there are any of those comments that are still outstanding after you finish the White Glove actual review, then you want to work with the capture manager and the solution architect on any of those issues and make sure that you've addressed whatever those comments were and removed those comments from the document so that your document post White Glove is ready for submission. We hope that this video has been helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, please provide them in comments on the video. Thank you from Demystifying Proposals.